Thank you for tuning in to the Teacher Dudes. Whether you're listening as a podcast or joining us live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, this is a podcast created by teachers for teachers that's full of some random thoughts, ed tech, tips and tricks, and a general focus on education today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as your hosts Tyler Keefe and Jeff Anderson take it away. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic, amazing, spectacular episode of the Teacher Dudes. My name is Tyler Keefe. I am a technology integration coach up here in Nampa, Idaho. And as with me, as always, is Jeff Anderson. Jeff, go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's not Jeff, Tyler.
Oh, no. Did I mess up again?
Yeah.
Well, that just ruined the show.
I thought we were a professional organization here.
You know, this is amateur hour. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I guess I got the fill-in. I got Mark Pendleton with me tonight. So Mark, I guess, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Tyler. This is the Mark Pendleton coming to you live from not my normal place because I am no longer living in my old home. I am in a new home.
Did Heather kick you out?
Yeah, but that's something different here.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So we'll get into those changes here in a bit, but what's your position now?
I am now a math teacher for the Longview School District.
In Longview. Now that's over is that in Aspen, Colorado?
It's close. It's in the state of Washington, yeah.
Gotcha. So it's not where Lloyd Christmas, to quote a famous person, said that the beer flowed like wine.
No, not that I've seen. It's quite different. It's where there's trees that flow like trees in the forest. I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll get into that here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for joining us. If you are watching live right now on the YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, yeah, we're on all three right now. Welcome. This is episode 20 of the Teacher Dudes, and we titled it Changes. And Mark kind of alluded to some of the changes we're going to be discussing on here, but just wanted to, welcome everybody again. And Mark, in most of our episodes, we like to kick things off with what we call Game Time with Zane. So are you ready for some craziness, Game Time with Zane?
I can't wait.
Ooh, it's going to be fantastic.
I can't wait.
So we're going to go ahead and add Zane in for Game Time with Zane. Zane, are you ready for us?
Yeah.
All right. So here is Zane. We are going to bring Zane on. He is here. He is located about 20 feet above me.
Yeah.
Yep, up in his room. He's got his little setup there. And Zane, what is up?
Life.
Life is up?
Yeah.
That's deep.
Okay.
That's deep.
That is deep. That is deep. So Zane, when I asked you earlier today if you wanted to do a Game Time with Zane, you were kind of hesitant, but then you came up with some questions for us. So are you ready to give those to us?
Let's do this.
All right. And what was the name of the game this time?
Would you rather?
All right. So would you rather?
I love this game.
So here is question number 1. Zane, I'll put it on the screen so you can read it, and then you get to choose who answers first.
Okay. Would you rather have nanotech like Iron Man or a wand like Harry Potter? And I want Mark to go first.
Wow. See, I don't even get to think about these questions that often. Nanotech like Iron Man or a wand like Harry Potter?
It's a tough one.
Mhm.
So here's the question. If I have a wand like Harry Potter, am I like a wizard?
Yeah.
Like officially a wizard? Like I got the wizard skills?
Yeah.
Or I just
You
got
would
like
be.
a stick?
You
I
would
can do nothing
become
with
this
it.
guy. You would officially become him.
Would I get a cool scar across my forehead?
Only if Voldemort crosses you.
Oh, I don't know if I want that. But
You will get a lightning scar if Voldemort kills your parents.
ooh,
Ooh.
Mike and Joyce Pendleton.
Yeah, I
That's-
don't know if that's okay.
That's a
Is that a sacrifice you're willing to make?
I don't know.
Well,
But
the
like
reason...
I couldn't be a wizard if that didn't happen.
No. Well, you could be a wizard because, like, Ron was a wizard, but he didn't have a scar.
Oh, so if I want the cool scar, I have to have that. But I could still be a wizard
yeah.
without the cool scar.
Yeah.
So I just wouldn't be. I would be a wizard, but just not cool.
Yeah. So you could be this guy and let Voldemort kill your parents to get that cool lightning scar, or you could be this guy and just be a wizard and not let your parents be killed and not have a lightning scar.
See, I feel like I would be just like I would not be Harry Potter because I would not be that cool. Plus, I got like a little bit of a. It's starting to go gray, but I got like a red beard. So that kind of isn't the Ron. He has red head or something like that.
Yeah, you could become Ron, or if you let your beard get long enough, you could be this dude.
Ooh, but don't I have to like grow like another 2 feet?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
And you'd have to be a half giant.
this is getting complicated. This is
It's a
getting
little too complicated there, if you ask
I'm
me.
a Harry Potter person.
I see that. Okay, let me just answer the question then. Nanotech, like Iron Man, which means I have that weird heart thing. I think I probably would want to have the wand because the nanotech, that thing's just keeping me alive, and I don't trust technology.
Well, and nanotech let you have like the Iron Man suit that grows out of your heart thing, and have like magic floating things that kill people.
Yeah, let's do the Harry Potter one.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what I'd do.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree. I'm going to do the Harry Potter wand because if for some reason I need the nanotech, then I can just do some random spell like nanotech Yama, and
It's not a
poof,
spell. It's not a
I
spell.
have nanotech.
That's
If
not
you
So
say
so I
that-
think we're decided on that one. Are
If
we
you
all
say that in
three
front of me-
in with the Harry Potter? Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So Zane, you ready for question number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
Would you rather have a silver hand that turns anything into anything, or a gold hand that turns anything into gold? And I want Dad to go first this time.
All right. So, would I rather have a silver hand that turns anything into anything or a gold hand? Well, I'm going to take the silver hand because if it's
Yeah.
going to turn anything into anything, then I could take this glorious Rainier beer that I have here and I could turn it into gold. because I could turn anything into anything. And nicely enough, I mean, it's gold up here, so it's already kind of there. So that's my answer, Mark.
Yeah, I think I had to go with the silver into anything. I think, isn't there like a old fable about a guy who touches things and turns into gold, and it didn't turn out too great for him?
Oh yeah,
I think so.
Was it a
Yeah.
keen? I think it was a keen, wasn't it?
I think so, and yeah,
And
you
then
know,
he
I
like
think
touched himself, or was it that he touched his daughter or something?
something like that, and then it turned what he loved the most into gold.
Yeah.
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 So
if
are we all three of us on the silver hand?
Yeah, because with the silver hand, then technically you could have your silver hand and then turn your other hand into the gold hand.
Ooh, that is true. But could he have his cake and eat it too?
Oh. Well, technically, you could take the fork and eat it. And you turn the
Oh.
fork into gold.
Or turn the fork into cake?
Yeah.
See, there you go.
this
All
is
right, so we ready
extremely
for
deep.
question 3, Zane?
Yeah.
All right, question 3. Here you go.
Would you rather only have Legos for your birthday or only have Mega Bloks for your birthday?
And who do you want to answer this one, Zane?
I'm gonna think of a number between 1 and 10. And then you two think of a number between 1 and 10. And then whoever's closest goes.
Okay, I thought of it.
Got it. He hasn't
got
thought
mine.
of it yet.
I got mine. Okay, what's yours, Dad?
Oh, he's got his. What's mine?
Yeah.
6.7.
You can't do that. It has to be a whole number.
Yeah, that was
you
not
didn't
part of
say
the
that.
deal.
Yeah, you did say that. You just said has to be between 1 and 10. So 6.7 is my number.
It has to be a whole number.
As a math teacher, I chose pi.
Ooh, so
it can't be
3.14.
pi. It can't
So
be
between
3.14.
6.17 and 3.14, what is it, Zane?
Then it'd probably be Dad because my number was 7.
Yep, I
Oh.
won. I won that one.
Yeah, you did.
So Zane, would I rather have Legos for my birthday or Mega Bloks? Well, that's easy. It's going to be Legos, hands down. Don't even need to explain. Mark?
Legos.
What
Perfect.
happened? What happened? I couldn't hear anybody because
Well,
it
we
glitched out
all-
on my phone.
We all chose Legos.
Yeah, that's what
And
I did.
and Zane, while I have you on here, there is a mysterious person who has commented in. And if you are watching, go ahead and leave us comments. And this mysterious person Mark has seen once in his life. And the one time was in the dark. And this person is the
No.
one and only Susan Keefe, who is saying that Zane has outgrown the teacher dudes and needs his own show. Can you believe that, Zane?
I probably did.
Wow.
She's saying you need your own show.
Yeah, most likely do.
Do you think you could handle your own show, though?
Yeah, I'm sure I can.
Maybe?
Yeah.
As you're sitting there just distracted as can be?
Yes. Maybe.
Maybe. All right,
Maybe.
Zane, any final words of wisdom before we let you go?
Stay alive, or else.
Or else.
Stay alive or else.
I wonder what the other option would be.
Right. Yeah. There are times that Zane just says things and nobody knows what's going on. So Zane, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Soon.
Okay. Soon.
Bye.
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 That kid, I don't know about that kid. I don't know where he gets any of his stuff, but that's
Yeah.
okay. He does come up with some good randomness here and there,
Yes.
and
I mean, that first question was pretty difficult for me to answer.
That one is tough because Iron Man's got some really cool, it's got some cool stuff. But do you want to have that glowing thing right here keeping you alive?
No, I don't. That would be difficult to play like hide and seek in the dark.
That is true, because even in the Avengers Infinity War or whatever, the Endgame, the Endgame one, he still had it even though he technically didn't need it.
Yeah,
so that one's tough.
Yeah,
that one is tough. So Mark, we titled this one, I titled this one episode 20 Changes. And you mentioned that you have moved to Longview, Washington. Now, if I remember, Longview, Washington is near a campsite that you and I once vacated and enjoyed plenty of Rainier beer and steak.
Yes.
To the point of driving you to the emergency room for food poisoning, we assume. But tell me a little bit about your change. Why you guys decided to move across the once great state of Washington, and what changes are abound for you and the family?
Oh man, well, yeah. Me and the fam just said let's make a change. We just felt like we need to do a change. Been kind of thinking about getting out of the desert of Tri-Cities, Washington, and finding somewhere where it's a little bit nicer as far as cooler weather, where we actually have some trees and forests and places to hike and hang out. And so, we decided after kind of going to the east side of the state that Longview is kind of the area that we're going to try to settle down in. We didn't want to be in the super busy city in like Seattle or Portland area. And so Longview is kind of like right in the middle of both of them. And so I could go up to Seattle and I could catch a Mariner game or a Seahawk game fairly easy, or I could go down to Portland and, break into the zoo and, ride a camel or a elephant. Either options.
Hold on. You had me at break into the zoo. So would you rather ride an elephant, a camel, or a zebra? Go.
Elephant.
I would say zebra.
Zebras are cool, but, it's just too much like a horse. I've done the horse thing before.
Was that back in your redneck days?
I was back when, I herded. I heard wild goats. Yeah.
And So you mentioned the Mariners. You mentioned the Seahawks, I believe. So I saw an interesting stat on Twitter. It came across yesterday, and this absolutely blew my mind. So yesterday, on August 27th, 2021, at that point, the Mariners played 1,755 games in the Kingdome. Originally, the original Kingdome. And then at the game last night was the Mariners' 1,755 game at T-Mobile Park now, which was Safeco Field.
Wow.
So at the game tonight, they will now have played more games in T-Mobile Park than they did in the Kingdome.
That's crazy to think about that.
It blew my mind because I thought they were in the Kingdome for this long time span, but in all reality, they really weren't.
A little over 20 years. Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts. And I don't know. That's just really just blew my mind.
Yeah, that is hard to think about. So it's been roughly about 20, a little over 20 years since they moved into Safeco too, huh?
Yeah. I think it was July 15th of 99
Yeah, something like that.
when they moved in, which was a weird mid-season transition to the ballpark.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the first time I actually went into T-Mobile was Safeco back then.
I still call it Safeco, so you're good.
It's hard to think about it as T-Mobile now. Yeah, I remember coming in. It was a really nice park back then, and still is. But yeah, it is. It's hard to. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I still remember going to a game with the last game I went to in was it? I don't even remember if it was T-Mobile yet or not. But last game I went to was Zane's first game in a major league stadium, and you and your girls, your wife included in girls.
Oh yeah.
Were there, and we sat up, and it was Edgar Martinez getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we were able to watch it on the Jumbotron, and then after the game, Zane got to run the bases and stuff.
I know. I was so jealous.
I know. Why they wouldn't let us ride. Or not ridiculous. Ride, but run the bases.
It is ridiculous that they only allow kids to do that.
I mean, what do they think we're going to do? What kind of damage are we going to do that the kids aren't going to do?
Yeah, I might have stolen a base.
Well,
but I mean, I'm sure
that's
they have
probably
extra.
Why that was the last time you were there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, it's good times. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
But again, thank you all that are joining us right now live. This is episode 20 of the Teacher Dudes, titled Changes. You can follow us on Facebook at the Teacher Dudes, on Twitter at Teacher Dudes. I wish I could have figured out how to get those two the exact same, but it just didn't work out. But that is okay. So Mark, you moved to Longview. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
I thought this was when we were doing a commercial break.
Well, yeah, that was basically a commercial break. I guess I could do a commercial for the best beer in all of Washington, Rainier Beer, or as others people might say, Ronier, if you'd like to get it in a good French accent. Many memories with drinking Rainier beer in Husky Stadium, at the parking lot, in the stadium, even though you're not allowed in the stadium, not that it ever got brought in, and at Martin Stadium, which, if somebody hasn't picked up, I'm wearing Husky stuff, Mark's wearing some weird WSU stuff. So that's always another fun little aspect of the two of us is, despite us being opposite teams, we are still friends to this day.
So am I closer to UW now that I live in further?
Ooh.
And am I now closer to UW than I am WSU? Well, I know that.
And am I closer to WSU than I am UW?
Well, yeah.
Ooh. Oh no. We're gonna have to map this out and let Zane do the math on it.
Yeah, let Zane do the math. I don't want to do the math.
Yeah, I'll have to text it to him, and he'll figure it out. I'll actually send that to him here, really quick. But with all these changes, tonight, as of the recording right now, it's August 28th. Tonight is the final preseason game for the Seahawks. They only did 3 games this year, and so far, meh. But it is preseason. I had to remind Brandy that it's just the preseason. It's okay. And tonight they're going to be taking on the Chargers. Mm-hmm. So, do you have any thoughts on the preseason as the Seahawks take on the Chargers tonight?
Yeah. the preseason sucks and is awful and needs to go away because these games are getting ridiculously bad, especially when
how
you
so?
don't
What do you
play.
mean?
Well, you're not even playing any of the starters here, and so when I watch a football game, if I'm going to put, boy, I have a light right on me. If I watch a football game and I'm going to put 3 hours of my life into it, I don't want to just watch a bunch of backups who really can't do anything.
Which makes sense.
I would say the only good thing is if like you were having some sort of quarterback battle or something where there was a huge battle on the line on who was going to win it, and that might be interesting. I remember watching back in the day when Russell Wilson and what was the guy's name they signed?
Wasn't it Touchdown Jesus?
No, it was before or just after that.
Or was it Tavares?
No,
So, oh man, I wanted to look this up.
it was the guy.
Oh, the guy from Green Bay, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Matt Flynn. There it is.
Matt Flynn, yeah. So that was
Yes.
interesting because he was supposed to be the starter going into the season. They signed him to a deal, and then Russell Wilson just kind of took over in preseason, and he basically changed the coach's minds and let the rookie third rounder take over the team.
No, I'm reading
Kind of
this
worked out.
right here on Wikipedia where it's showing Flynn signed a 3-year deal worth $20.5 million with $9 million guaranteed. And he competed with the 2011 starting quarterback Tavares Jackson and 2012 draft pick Russell Wilson
It was
for
a
the starting
three-way
quarterback.
I forgot that it was a three-way deal.
Yes. And then Russell Wilson was named the starter. And this was in the preseason, I remember, that he was named the starter. And everybody was like, what is going on? And then Flynn, did he ever play a down for the Seahawks?
I don't know if he ever did because I don't think Russell ever gave up his job.
I mean, Russell's never missed a game, but late in the game in garbage time, did
Maybe
Flynn ever
he did.
come in?
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't think he lasted past that year because I think, well, maybe he lasted. I think he might have been the backup for the whole year, and maybe they ended up releasing him or trading him. I don't know.
Yeah, they traded him in 2013, so after a year. And so the Seahawks basically paid $9 million guaranteed to Matt Flynn. And then a year later, they traded him to the Raiders for a 5th-round pick and a conditional pick. So the 5th-round pick was in 2014, and the conditional pick was in 2015.
Well, they probably got some pretty good people because they were really drafting well back then.
That is true. We can't deny that. And it looks, as I'm looking here, he played 3 games with the Seahawks. And in those 3 games, he was 5 of 9 for 68 yards passing. And
Better
had
than
4
some
rushes
Seahawks
for
careers.
Yeah. He had 4 rushes for -5 yards. So, and I'm getting an update from Zane. So Longview to Seattle is 179.5 miles.
Okay.
And he's checking on Nampa to Pullman right now. But but with that, I agree with the garbage time stuff, the preseason. I kind of enjoy watching the preseason a little bit just because I like the ins and outs of football. I went to a high school game last night down here. It was Columbia High School versus Skyview High School, both here in Nampa, and it was it was a fun time out there. Had to kind of explain some certain rules to the wife and Zane, which is okay. And, had some fun, took some fun pictures, but when it came down to it, it's football. 'Cause football is life, to quote a great player in Ted Lasso. Have you watched Ted Lasso?
I have not.
Oh, what?
I haven't.
Oh. So you have no clue when I say football is life, what that means?
I know the premise of what it is, but I haven't watched it. I'll have to do that. Is it that good?
It is amazing. It is 100% amazing. It's the best show right now on the TV. On the Apple TV, I should say.
Oh, see, I don't have Apple TV. Sorry.
It's okay. We'll figure out a way for you to get to watch Ted Lasso.
All right.
But it is right up your alley, like 100%. And when Danny Rojas comes out screaming, "Football is life," you'll get that, because football is life. And speaking of football, let's jump into the college football ranks here. Let's get out of the NFL preseason garbage time ranks. So this upcoming week on Thursday night, we have Boise State taking on the national champion UCF in Southern or Central Florida. Who do you got in this game?
Ooh. I'm going to say UCF. They've been pretty good program for several years now.
And that one is tough because Boise State has a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Avalos, as Brian Harsin went to Auburn. Whatever. UCF is the reigning national champion, apparently, of their own accord.
Undefeated,
but
it's almost like when the Huskies thought they won the national championship when they went undefeated.
Which year? Which time?
I don't know. Anytime.
Well, if you're referring to the ones where they're going off of actual polls versus them just declaring it, that's a different story.
Yeah, they just wanted, just believed.
Hey, believe, and
it's good to pretend. It's good to pretend. It works on your imagination. It's very valuable for kids.
It really is, because kids don't really have imagination anymore. Let's be honest.
No.
I'm getting an update from Zane. So Longview to Seattle is 127 miles, and Nampa to Pullman is 306 miles. So he was giving me the difference of the two was 179 miles. So that's where the confusion came in. So you are actually closer to UW than I am to Pullman, but I would assume, because I think Nampa to Seattle is about 500 miles, that I'm closer to WSU than UW.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're closer. Now, ask Zane, how close am I to Pullman?
Okay, so let's see here. How close is Longview All right. So the next game to discuss here is your Cougars, who are taking on the Utah State Aggies.
Yes.
So I don't know much about WSU this year other than their coach coming from Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there was a bit of controversy on whether or not he was going to get vaccinated or not, which, you know, don't want to get into the political side of that because that's not what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
But they are taking on Utah State. And Utah State's kind of a sparky, spunky little team every year. I mean, we got Bobby Wagner from Utah State, so, you know, but the game, I believe, it is in Martin Stadium, named after a Husky, in Pullman. So the line right now is WSU by 16.5. What say you?
I got to go with my Cougs here. I think even though they're still kind of up in the air on a lot of things, I think there's enough talent there, especially in the running back group. And they got a couple interesting options at quarterback, so that they're going to do something offensively. Defensively, we'll see.
Will they play defense this year?
I'm wondering about that. I'm seriously wondering about that. But you know what? They last year it seems like if they had a really good offensive game, they had a really bad defensive game. If they had a really bad offensive game, they had a really good defensive game, and so I wish they could kind of put the two together. But of course they didn't play a whole lot of games last year.
Right. You know, and that's the big unknown of all this. And update from Zane. So he is telling me that Longview to Pullman is 356 miles.
And what was Nampa to Pullman?
Nampa to Pullman is 306 miles.
So you're closer to Pullman than I am.
Yes, and you're closer to UW than I am.
Should we switch alliances?
No.
No.
No, sorry.
Sorry.
Not even going to hesitate.
I could say that with a straight face.
you know, even though...
Oh, I would throw up.
Yeah, no, not going to happen, not going to happen. Not going to happen. As he's sending me screenshots now of the map. Okay. So, as if I didn't believe him.
Nope.
Looking
evidence
here, so WSU has a couple of... They got Utah State to start with, and then Portland State. And then they got a tough game hosting USC.
Yeah, they have a pretty difficult schedule this year.
They do. USC, then at Utah and Salt Lake, at Cal, at home against Oregon State, and then Stanford, and then BYU, which is always a toss-up. Arizona State, at Oregon, and then Arizona, and then the annual Apple Cup.
Yeah.
So
I'm not 100%. You know, I think they're how many games is that? How many big games is that?
I think they got their 12 games on their schedule.
Okay. I didn't know if they had less.
Yeah, 12 games.
I'm going, you know, I want to be optimistic, but I think they're probably a 5 or 6 win team right now.
So you're saying 5-7?
Yeah.
Or 6-6?
Yeah. Maybe they have a chance to go bowling. Maybe they upset someone. I don't know.
You know, they could go bowling. I mean, there is the toilet bowl. Decided to throw it up there that you're saying 5-7 and 6-6 for the WSU.
It's only the second year with the new coach, and then you had the whole COVID thing that just kind of, I think, slowed up a lot of the recruiting and everything else. And so
Well, and they had that what, almost a year-long dead period,
yeah,
which, with what's going on with Arizona State and their investigations, who knows what's going to, happen out of there. But yeah.
I think it's just going to take probably a few more years to kind of rebound. I mean, they weren't a bad team when Leach left, but I mean, there certainly were, they could be a Tyrone Willingham team, but
we don't speak that name.
But, they were awful, but there was some talent that they lost.
Yeah, as much as I don't like to say it, Leach is one of my favorite coaches. I love his mannerisms. I love his antics. He just cracks me up. And I love the fact that Jimmy Lake had his number every single year.
Yeah, he did not do well against Jimmy Lake.
Which all of that leads us to the Huskies taking on Montana. And
Montana has a football team.
They do, the Grizzlies. And, as much as I want to say the Huskies are going to throttle them, Montana is actually a decent football school. So it's kind of hard to pick. But according to a lot of different people that I read, they're saying that UW has the best roster that they've had since 2016 when they went to the CFP. And it's hard to pick against them, especially at home to start all this. So I got to take not WSU. Good grief!
It's already starting
now.
You're already switching alliances.
Well, I looked at the Grizzlies. They have the same colors as your Cougs, so
they do.
Well, it threw me off.
Yeah.
And after this game, UW heads to the Big House to take on Michigan, which, who knows what Harbaugh is going to do with anything. And then you got at home against Arkansas State and Cal, at Oregon State. Then we got UCLA at home. Then we're at Arizona, at Stanford, which we can't ever win down on the farm for whatever reason, even though their team hasn't been great forever. And then on November 6th, we've got Oregon, then Arizona State, at Colorado, and then at home for the Apple Cup. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to predict, and looking at this schedule, I really do think that the Stanford game is a toss-up. I think the Oregon game we're probably going to lose, even though I want nothing more than to see those Duck fans crying, because that's my favorite thing in life to see, even more so than WSU fans crying. So I'm going to say anywhere from 9-3 to 10-2.
Mm.
With the Pac-12 title game against USC.
Okay. So you think you're going to be in the Pac-12 title game?
I do, because I don't think Oregon has enough to get through the schedule, even beating Washington, to be able to get into that title game. Because last year, they had the back door in to the title game.
Yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah.
That's just simple garbage.
Yeah. They start off next week at home against Fresno, and Fresno just absolutely throttled Connecticut today, which who cares? But then they go to the Horseshoe at Ohio State, which honestly I think Oregon's going to lose. But then they go through the normal Pac-12 schedule, and they're gonna slip up in there. They're gonna slip up against UCLA, I think, if Chip Kelly is gonna have his fun. And then they got Utah after playing UW and then WSU. Then they'll recover against Oregon State. There's no way they're going to lose to them. But
WSU has had Oregon's number.
They have
lately, so the last few years. But that was under Leach. But
right,
Leach seemed to handle Oregon pretty well.
that they have. So, but it's exciting because football's back, and so you're taking up a new position, new school, different side of the state, in the hopefully, and we're all hoping here, the end of COVID, towards the tail end. So what does school look like to you in Longview, in your new position, all of that stuff? How, have you met the staff? Have you gone into your classroom, done that stuff? What's that kind of stuff looking like?
Oh yeah. So I'm really excited to be part of the Longview School District. My the school that I'm going to be going to, I'm really excited about the staff that I'm working with. They all seem like great people. They welcomed me in. I went over to one of their houses. They invited me, one of the teachers' houses, and we hung out for a few hours there. Got to know some staff members there. And so I'm really excited to this new opportunity. I'm only going to be teaching math this year versus math and science. So I guess, a little bit less divided as far as what I got to, I don't have to do as many preps this year, which will be great. And I think it's just going to be a different atmosphere, and I'm we'll see how it goes. I will say though that the building that I'm in is a much older building than what I was previously in Tri-Cities, and so it has some uniqueness to it. There's a couple of things I've noticed that they, like in the boys' restroom already, I've tried to use the sink and it like splashes at you. Like, you got to cup the sink here like this, or else you're going to get a face full of water, basically. And the urinal, I was using the urinal the other day, and then there's a spider that's like 2 to 3 inches long.
No
Oh
way.
yeah, sitting in the urinal. I took a picture of it.
Before or after you used it? No, don't answer that.
Yeah, I should send that to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, send me the picture.
All right. And then so yeah, there's some there's some updating that probably needs to get done in the school, but you know what? The school building doesn't make the school. I like the atmosphere. I like the it's a kind of a interesting building. It's a one giant rectangle.
Oh, cool.
And it has like this courtyard in the middle, and there's like a community garden or a school garden in the middle of so it's kind of cool that way.
What year was it built?
Back
How
in the
old's the school?
I think it was built in the 50s.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's pretty old. Apparently it went through some renovations. I don't know when, but it's still, you can still see its age in many ways. And so I walk into my new classroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the previous teacher went through and painted it all. Like, I don't know. Apparently they can paint their own classrooms.
Ooh.
So she did a pretty good job of it. I'm not going to touch it. But she left these butterfly drapes.
Uh-oh.
On the around the windows, and I looked at them and I'm like, yeah, I think I could rock these. I mean, what am I going to put up in place? So yeah, I'm going to keep my butterfly drapes. There's a lot of posters up that are already there. I'm like, I don't have to do anything really to get ready for the year. I mean, the decorations are done. Maybe I'll put up a Seahawk poster or something, but
But you're
But-
gonna rock those butterflies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're going to be amazing.
But really important question here.
Yeah,
That came in
yeah.
from my wife, even though she's not putting in the right space. So I'm gonna just have to read it here before I read another question here. But the question is, does the building have any ghosts?
I don't know. I want to go there
You don't
at
know
night.
yet, right?
I do not know yet. I want to go there at night. I have not been in the
Ooh.
building when there hasn't been anybody in it.
Ooh.
And I've done that with my old building where I was the only one in there, and it gets being in a school building when it's dark, and especially as big as school buildings are, in the middle of the night.
They're
It's one of the
creepy.
it's one of the most creepiest places ever.
You don't know till you've been there. I mean, even the brand new schools are still just creepy as all get out.
Oh yeah, and then they have all these automatic lights thing that just pop up and
Oh.
scare you half the time.
Speaking of scaring, I just saw the picture that you sent me, and using the drain for reference, I think that thing is about easily half the size of the drain.
Oh yeah,
I mean, whoa,
it's a pretty
Oof.
good size.
it is. And your mother, who has been watching this whole time, I assume, the great Joyce Pendleton is saying here that you need to call your father to fix the faucet.
I probably should, because my dad is a maintenance guy for a private school, and so his building he's been working in is like 50, built back in the 40s or 50s, and he always tells me that the faucets and stuff, those things are so weird with the plumbing and everything,
Oh, I'm sure.
Plumbing from back then, and so it's always interesting. And so maybe I should get him to come in there and fix that plumbing.
I mean, why not? What do you got to lose?
I don't know. Maybe the other maintenance people get mad. But
They don't need to know.
they don't even know. I'll just sneak them in there.
Well, yeah, just sneak them in, have them fix the plumbing, have them eradicate the spider problem.
I don't know if you can.
Well, I mean,
There are
If
just
there-
some things in life you just can't. You just have to say no. It's just going to be that way.
after all these years in Longview, I mean, I can only imagine if you were to actually uncover the size of the spiders in those walls.
Well, my house that I live in right now was built in the 50s,
Ooh.
and so it's gone through remodeling, and they did a really nice job remodeling it. So it's fairly brand new. But I have noticed there is a lot of spiders around the outside of my property.
Ooh. But not on the inside, right?
I haven't seen them so much on the inside, maybe one or two, but most of them are on the outside. But I got like an acre of land, and forests or big trees around me and stuff like that. So I'm sure I'm going to find some spiders.
Now, regardless of spiders, are you going to go do some Bigfoot hunting?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So over in Longview, we have this Squash Fest.
We had one down here.
Oh,
a couple
really?
weeks ago. Yeah, it was SquatchCon.
Oh, ours is called Squash Fest, and
Ooh.
it was back in July. They had it at the little fairground area here. They actually charge money for you to even go in.
Oh, are you serious? Is that?
Oh yeah,
It's legit.
it is legit. Like they have, well, of course, they have all these, people who come in or they have all the, food trucks and stuff and all that stuff come in for it. But then they got, speakers and everything else.
Ooh.
And like people were coming all over the place, and they have their Sasquatch shirts and everything else. I was
Man.
quite. I was going to go in, but I had the dogs. Um, we just saw it because we were down at a farmer's market that was going on right by it, and we took the dogs with us. And I was going to go in and check it out, but they didn't allow dogs into it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so people might frown on the fact I put the dogs in the car and left them there. So,
But yet they don't know what they don't know.
oh yeah, and it's a thing around here. Like, there's seriously a lot of believers. A lot of
I
believers.
mean, why can't we believe in Sasquatch?
I don't think there's a problem with that.
I mean, there are many things in this universe that, we just can't explain.
So in my new house, I have the main house, and then I have a little apartment out back.
Are you
Right.
going to call it the Keefe house?
I would, but my daughter Havana has made it her house.
Come on. So you're saying if I show up at your door tomorrow?
I will kick her out, yes, but
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
But she so she's out at this little apartment that's out back, and she's come in a couple of times since we moved in, and she's like, there was something walking around outside my apartment at night.
No, stop.
That's what she's saying.
Ooh.
And we do get some deer and I've seen some deer and some rabbits come in through my backyard already, but I don't think it's that. I think it's Sasquatch, and I think he's
It's got to be something.
I think if you come over, I think you and I should camp out in the back of my properties. And I got a nice little camping area out back.
Ooh.
And we should go and see if we can catch Sasquatch, or at least get a picture.
Uh-oh. I hate to break this to you, but we have breaking news here on the Teacher Dudes.
Uh-oh.
Again, this is episode 20, Changes, and we're getting breaking news from one Joyce Pendleton.
Oh, yeah?
She is saying that she is going to squash the idea of Bigfoot, and she worked with a gal whose father was the one who wore the Bigfoot costume and the infamous photo of Bigfoot. I don't want to say Joyce is lying, but this one's tough. Because we got Susan Keefe here saying that she's heard Bigfoot.
I don't know. Like, how do you say to your mother that there might be, I don't know.
Oh. We almost need to get Joyce Pendleton on here to explain this story.
Yeah, I didn't know of this story.
I mean,
I did not know this story. This is big breaking news.
It is.
That I did not know my mother was an insider, had inside information on the origins of the Bigfoot photos.
Right, and I had no clue that my mother has heard the Bigfoot.
You almost got to do a teacher's due devoted to Bigfoot.
Oh, I agree. And we have another one commenting in here saying, John Van Dusen, who was on a couple months ago at this point, saying that there isn't a Bigfoot. So now he's getting confused. Yeah, I think we've opened up a whole can of worms here.
Wow.
Man, that is...
Whew.
Man, that threw me for a loop.
Yeah. You know what? I choose to believe,
Believe.
I choose to believe. And can't explain everything in life. And there's just some too many incidences, too many people who've gone on record to say that they've seen or heard Bigfoot, and they can't all be wrong.
Well, and John's saying here, and he's got a point, those spelled wrong. What about the Jack Link's jerky commercials?
Yeah, how did they do that?
How'd they do that? But then I'm getting a comment here from another Joyce Pendleton saying she's not lying. She went into detail about her dad and the two other guys and how they did this as a prank.
Oh, wow. Do we need to bring this person on?
I think we're gonna have a follow-up.
This is going to have to be a follow-up, because we could solve the mystery right here on Teacher Dudes. That has been, documentaries have been made about this that I've seen.
Watched them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if we could solve the mystery of the Bigfoot and the one Joyce Pendleton is the missing link.
I did not know my own mother could be the missing link.
Your mother. Whew.
Okay. I just can't handle, like, this is big news to me.
You're gonna have to give your mom a call after this.
I am. I'm like, I need to allow question everything she's ever not told me in my life. You know, like, am I really her son? I mean, what is going on?
Well, let's not go there. But can we get your mother on speakerphone?
I could try.
We need to try here, because this is too good. I am willing to push back the start of the Seahawks preseason game to hear this.
Let me see if she's up for it.
Because if Joyce Pendleton, and she is now commenting in saying that she might be the missing link.
Ooh. Let's see.
I mean, and John's coming in saying that there are some scientists trying to figure out the Sasquatch riddle from the great Tenacious D.
All right. I'm calling Joyce Pendleton to see if she picks up.
You might have to hold your...
Marky.
Oh, here we go.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you hear? Let me see if I can. I'm going to have to take it off.
Oh, you're muted, Mark. But I heard Joyce on the speakerphone. This is breaking news going on here on the Teacher Dudes. Oh man. Oh, and Brandy here has now said that she wants to know what else Joyce is hiding from all of us. We need to know. We need to know. As Mark is trying to figure out how to get off of mute here. No, he's still muted. It's okay. And we're trying to get the information. We are all patiently waiting, but we are on mute. We cannot hear you. We're still on mute. It could be the WSU hat that Mark is wearing. It's really confusing him on how to hit the unmute. He's frantically looking on the computer on how to unmute. I'm just thinking here what he's thinking in his mind right now. And unmute. Oh, he's almost got it. I'm sending him the message. He's still looking. He's still looking. You got to get back to the StreamYard tab. Oh, there we go. We got him. We got him.
All right.
So we have the exclusive here on the Teacher Dudes with Mark Pendleton, and Joyce Pendleton is on the speakerphone. who is apparently the missing link. So we
Mother,
need to
can you
hear
hear
the
me?
story.
Yes, I hear you.
All right, so you need to turn down your sound on your side. Just mute.
I need to what?
You need to mute the computer
Okay.
because it's
We got the echoing going, and
We got
just
the
for
echoing
this
going.
occasion, we are going to crack open the Rainier beer.
Are you there?
yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you want me to explain to you guys what I know?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So when I was working at Sunnyside School District, there was a gal that worked in the superintendent's office. And so one day we had a big meeting, and we had to explain to this group of people something unusual about our life, or what happened in our life, or something unique about our life. So this gal that I worked with, her dad was the one that had the costume on, and the infamous photo where he's walking kind of with his arms, he looks like he's striding and he's got his head turned. That's her dad.
No
And
way.
and two other guys that were with him, apparently they did this as a prank.
So
No.
He has seen the costume and all that kind of stuff. She is, I would believe her because, they know about it. They know about the photos and all that. It's been quite a few years ago that I worked for Sunnyside School District, but, yeah, that was her dad.
is her dad really tall?
Yep.
And Harry?
And Harry?
It was a costume. They made a costume, and it was a prank. And they took pictures, and then it got all over the news about this, that, it was like, oh, there's a Bigfoot or whatever in the forest. Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Yep.
Does
She would not lie. I mean, I guarantee it. She would not lie
Ooh.
about this. I forgot what else she said about it, but it basically was a prank. These three guys had gone camping or whatever, or they had planned to do this, and then they splattered this photo all over the place. So they're thinking, oh, this is a fun prank.
well, can you get a hold of this person still?
I'd have to check the Sunnyside School District staff and see if she's still working there.
Because
We need to know.
I don't want, you don't have to mention names of who it is. We could do this in secret because I don't know what might happen to us. This is dangerous information.
Oh, it is. It is. Major League
Right.
Baseball is listening
I'm
in.
gonna name her name. I honestly will look and see if she's still working there.
Okay.
I know I've seen her around town, but I just don't,
Ooh.
because she does live, or she did live in Sunnyside.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I am speechless.
Well, Mother, I think we're going to have to get down and do a little bit more diving on this, because this might be something, and we might need to expose this. But do we, at
Do
our,
you risk it?
maybe the risk of our own lives?
It's whatever sort of thing. So,
Oh, well, those are real.
you know,
Government already
the
said they
Loch
are
Ness
there.
monster and all that.
Oh, Nessie is real too.
All right, Mother. I'm going to let you go, but thank you for the valuable information here.
Yeah.
All right. Love you. Oh, she hung up on me. She didn't say goodbye.
She did hang up on you. I just got this picture, Mark, right here. If you can see it, Zane has a toy of the Sasquatch. Is this your mom's friend's dad?
That might be. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that just might be. Wow. We're going to have to. This is exciting stuff. I am a little concerned because Bigfoot is a big community of believers.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't. You want to break that. You don't want to break that belief system. They might come after you.
Well, I know. I mean, oh man, I wanted to tell her, don't say where you found this out, but she gave up the school district and everything.
Yeah.
You might need to tell her to lay low for a while.
You might have to. Yeah. Mom, pack your bags.
Head out to
I need you
not
to go.
Longview, Washington.
Yes. I need you to go to the bug out house.
Yeah, that of the things that I never expected to happen, that was by far the best thing ever.
Absolutely. See, there's a lot of mystery in my family.
Apparently.
It's like all my like my grandfather, my mom's dad, Grandpa Smokey is his name. We don't know much about him. But I call him. Apparently his nickname was Smokey.
Mm.
And so I just call him Grandpa Smokey. And he's a legend. But my sister thought she's going to go deep and look and see if she can find out who this person was. And I said, don't tell me anything, because I need to know. I need to keep this legend and this mystery alive in my life.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes things, you just got to keep the mystery there, because once you find out the truth, it's just not as exciting. Like, supposedly this is a fake picture. Is it? Is that true?
Which picture?
The one
are we talking this picture?
No, the one that my mother was talking about.
Oh, so not the one of the action figure that Zane sent me.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know, What if that is true? What if it is just this lady's dad and his two friends?
Man. Could you imagine knowing all these, or now realizing that all these years later that your mom has sat on this inside information about the Bigfoot?
Like I said, it starts to make me doubt everything she's told me now in life. Like, you don't just throw that information out there and just say, oh, by the way, I have info on Bigfoot. And you never told me, Mother? You never told me? Like, never? Like, you didn't think that would be important information that your son might need to know one day? It's like, is my dad really my dad?
Oh. Whoa.
Or is it the milkman, Mother?
Whoa. You know who would have never done anything like that?
Who?
Sue Laws.
Sue Laws would definitely not have done something like that. Sue Laws is a saint.
She is. Oh, wait. Your mom is still watching. She just commented in. You never asked. Which question? Is Bigfoot real or is the milkman your dad?
I'm not sure if I should ask then about the milkman. This might be a very awkward moment that happens.
Yes. Oh man.
Streaming on live Facebook, Mark finds out that his real dad is not who he thinks he is. It's the milkman.
Or is it Bigfoot?
Maybe it is Bigfoot, and maybe this is just something to throw me off, Mother. Trying to say, oh, Bigfoot's not real, it's just a ploy. But really, Bigfoot is my father?
Oh man. Well, she's clearing something up here because you definitely have the Pendleton genes and looks, according to your mom.
Oh, okay. Well,
Or is Bigfoot a Pendleton?
you know,
Ooh. But my mother is commenting it here. How tall are you? Could be Bigfoot.
I'm not. I'm 6 foot ish. I have normal feet. I don't.
What size shoe do you wear?
I only wear a
18.
size. Although, when I was younger, I had really hairy legs, and
You had? You don't anymore?
well, it's not as hairy. Like I'm losing hair off my legs. I don't know why, but
so you're good here, but not on your legs?
well, I don't know. But at least I feel like I was hairier back then. But I used to catch. Literally, I caught a fly in my leg hair once. I was really sitting down, and the fly lands on me, and then I'm like trying to shoo it off, right? And it's not going away, and I realize it's stuck in the leg hair. It's like trapped in it. So I was like, wow, I'm kind of impressed that my leg hair could trap a fly. It's like a Venus flytrap, but only leg hair. But I don't think I could do that anymore.
Oh, man.
I don't think I could do that anymore. But that does now make me think. Makes me think.
Yeah, I'm sitting here, and if you are still watching or listening, thank you so much. I am in tears because this is the best thing ever. And I'm hearing laughter out of the back room because Brandy and Zane are watching live. And the first text I just got from her saying, Mark is going to need therapy after this.
I am. I think I am.
And then,
I'm questioning everything in my life right now, okay?
And she just sent a follow-up. Now she needs therapy. Oh man. But my mom is now texting in saying there's no shame in being related to Bigfoot.
There probably isn't,
And your mom's response, or not your mom. Who's Janice? That's not Joyce. Who's Janice?
No, that is my aunt.
Oh, your aunt.
That is my Aunt Jan.
Oh man, so we got your aunt going on. We got a Pendleton family reunion going here.
I know.
But she is right. You're definitely a Pendleton.
I am, I guess. I look too much like all the other Pendletons.
But is Bigfoot a Pendleton now?
Maybe my mother is trying to when we brought up this topic, she's like, oh no, they're going to find out. And so let me now just throw the story out about that the Bigfoot is just a prank, and and I know the people who put it on and stuff like that. Maybe my mother is trying to lead me off the trail because this is a family secret, a deep family secret.
It was a prank.
It's like one of those things, every family has these secrets that you try to hide and you don't want to share with the next generation and stuff. This is it.
This is it. The Bigfoot. We might have uncovered and unlocked one of the biggest mysteries of the 20th and 21st century. Oh man. That is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that in the next episode of the Teacher Dudes, we don't hear the uncovered secrets of the Keefe family. Because we all know there are some, and Mark, as well as anybody, that the mystery of the parents, of my parents, it's real.
Yeah. Still don't know what your mom looks like.
No, I don't think anybody does. We don't look at her in the eye at all.
Yep. It's you will turn into a giant lobster if you do.
Lobster or cats? I don't know, because she has about 50,000 of them.
Oh, okay.
And the one that she shows here is, let me find the picture here. On this one here, this cat here is named Mr. Badger.
Mr. Badger.
Yes.
So why is he Mr. Badger?
Well, that's what they just assumed, and their other cat, one of the other hundreds, is named Uncle Red. So
are these like real people? Like she turns them into cats and then they become her pets?
See, that's what I'd like to know, because there are many people that claim, or that she claims, that she was the last person to ever talk to them. It's from her words, not mine. She has told me that she was the last person to talk to these people, and now it really makes me question things. So, I might have to call her up after this to figure things out. But man, this here has been a groundbreaking episode
I wasn't
of the Teacher Dudes.
expecting to go here tonight with this, and it just came. It just blew me.
Yeah,
just showed up.
I'm sitting here like thinking, hey, let's talk about educational philosophy at your new school, and how are you going to blend things? And then it's like, poof, Bigfoot. Here we go.
Bigfoot just jumped in there.
Yeah, man, this is something we are going to have to get your mom on the show, like video and everything. We had the speakerphone, but we are going to need to get her on here, and then hopefully if we can figure out a way to get an interview with this alleged person that she knows,
maybe like blackened so we don't show the face.
Yeah, we can make it dark and then change her voice, his voice, whatever, and we could have the scoop of ever.
This is tempting.
It really is. I am willing to drive, I don't know how many hours to figure this out and get this done. Because it is worth it.
It is.
It truly is. And with that, Mark, I just want to say thank you for joining tonight, for filling in for Jeff, even though he's up in the woods with Bigfoot, I'm sure.
Maybe Jeff's Bigfoot.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
But with all of this and sports starting, it's going to start to be a weekly thing as we go through the football season and just discussing the games and all that fun stuff. Won't be this long, won't be an hour and a half long, but here we go. And the Seahawks are rolling in the preseason, so we're going to let you all go so we can catch that and appreciate it as always. Any last words of wisdom, Mark?
I don't know. I'm just still thinking about the Bigfoot thing. Yeah, here's the never trust your mother because you think you know them, and then they just throw this information out, life-altering stuff that out there, and you're like, what is true in this world? What is true?
No one knows. No one knows. Well, thank you again, everybody that has been watching, listening, all that fun jazz. Catch us again on the next episode, and we will see you later. If you'd like to join us live and interact in future shows, or to be a guest on the show, be sure to follow Tyler Keefe on Twitter @Keefe67 and like the Teacher Dudes on Facebook. If you haven't already subscribed to the Teacher Dudes, hit that subscribe button on whichever platform you're listening to, and be sure to also leave us a rating.